Yo, what up, YouTube? This is your boy Big OG back on the video today, all day, every day. So, I want to talk about a couple things. For one, uh, I'm definitely a little bit on the concern side for some things because the way I think about the way Marvel works, the way DC works, the way everything works around it. I think the biggest outcome of both major brands now, you have such good detail in things. You have such good quality. You have stuff that really keeps it going, keeps it just fresh, and keeps it new. I could say so much more about what Marvel's done throughout the years. They have things going. They know what they're doing. They're set. You look at DCU. Few bumps in the road, not much set, but enough to keep them going. But I'm kind of most concerned about items what it is. What could DCU pull out of their hats next that really would keep fans happy? That is the biggest question mark that I think that it's still in question because you're still struggling to figure out what to do with the rest of the brand, what works, what doesn't work. If Past thing's going to succeed, if the Joker thing's going to be a success, if Suicide Squad's going to be a huge hit. You wonder if all these things are going to be a success. I have faith in at least two of them. I don't much have a lot of confidence in the Batman. I think that's just kind of a waste of air and space, but I've discussed that. I would have more faith in, Flashpoint. I have more faith in, Justice League Part 2, more faith in Wonder Woman 48. I've not seen that, but it will soon, December 25th. Uh, but it's still a lot of up and downs with certain things because you kind of get the idea of, all right, where is Marvel headed, where's DC headed? I think Marvel's headed more for the success that they should be. I think they're really shooting for the goal of being the best of who they are, and they have. You're making some awesome films, some awesome TV series. If you ever checked it out, check it on YouTube. Kevin Feige talks about all of it, explains it all, and it's all there. DCU, I've not seen a lot of things yet from DCU that really hasn't spoken to me because you don't see anybody from the company or anybody really the president of the place talk about anything upcoming movies. Like, oh, somebody's on there, president of companies talk about upcoming movies or TV shows or anything. No one does that for DCU. Marvel does because they give you proper updates to proper things that are happening with that organization. DCU, you're not getting much of that. If they did more of that, I think fans would be more engaged to say, okay, here's this, here's that. Oh, he's playing it. Oh, she's playing this character. Or he's doing that. That's what you kind of need through DCU. You're not getting that through DC. You're getting that through Marvel because Marvel's giving you a scoop on a lot of good stuff, and it works for them. It's just the opportunity is there for them to succeed. They could have done so much better with doing things the way I think it should have been done. Because you're throwing a bunch of curveballs here, and you're striking out every time to not hit that home run, which they desperately need. If they could get that perfect pitch and get that home run every time, they would succeed in doing awesome movies. Because I think now they're kind of fouling the ball, striking out constantly, losing a lot of games. They're not succeeding as supposed to be, and they're the worst team on the planet. But they could come back from that. They could really try to up their game if they want to succeed and win that big prize. Because if they don't want to be a laughing stock of the world, they need to really pull some out of their asses and really focus on what's important. Marvel's got that covered. No one needs to worry about that. But DCU really needs to pick up their game. I think they've kind of lacked on a lot of things that really should have been, you know, talked about. But it's the things like that I think kind of throw a lot of people off on certain situations because you're kind of shooting for the stars here with this, and they're really kind of shooting themselves in the ass where either they heal or they don't heal from it. You die, you don't. It's a hit and miss with them. That's where I think most people forget how live it is. it's a tough time now. We all know it. 2020 has not been the greatest year. It's been a fucked up year. Everybody can agree with it. You know, we have the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Don't matter to me, but you know, some do, some don't. But you know, that's that. The idiot president-elect Joe Biden. No one cares. You know, well, I'm just praying that 2021 is better than 2020 because we need to start seeing things again. We need to start seeing things be normal again. The masks and well, that's not normal. That's just sad. If this is the new normal, and hypothetically it's not gonna be, but if it was, then we're screwed for life because there's no way that this is gonna be any more fun than when it started. I don't think anybody cares anymore about any of this shit. I think people just want to go back to living lives the way they live it and, you know, without wearing masks, without worrying about shit, and doing things, seeing games, watching movies, doing stuff, doing good things again. Not being concerned about somebody being sick or somebody doing this, somebody doing that, little things like that, you know. But I think people are very concerned about a lot of things like that, and that's the same way I feel about DCU, and that's where I feel a little bit like Marvel. You know, Marvel succeeding with things that work for them. DC just can't keep a cast. That's their biggest problem that I think they have today is you try to keep a cast, you'll succeed. You can't, then you're just screwed because you're not gonna be successful. You're not gonna make any major movies. Nothing's gonna work for them. I mean, you have a lot of good things going. You have a good Aquaman, a good Shazam, good Wonder Woman, you know, good Cyborg, good Flash, you know, all that stuff. You're still missing a couple key characters, but they'll get there eventually. That's just when, I don't know. But I would rather look forward to something that's great and will make people happy, but not something that's gonna make you sad and depressed. Say, alright, fuck this. I'm not gonna do any of this anymore. I would have more, you know, gratitude saying, okay, DC is the better. If I was saying the gratitude saying DC was a better brand than Marvel, I would, but no. Marvel's the better brand than DC because DC's kind of lacked on a lot of things so far almost going to next year because next year they want to try to really set the goal for things, but Marvel's beating them to it in 2021 and 2022. So they've kind of succeeded with a lot of that now. And I mean, my opinions between both of them is just see what the outcome is because you never know what's going to be the big surprise of 2021. And I think everybody kind of, well, they probably know that. But we will see. And, you know, and you go from there. So as always, it's your Big OG. Leave a comment down below. And before I go from this video, I want to get comments from you guys. I want to know what would be the best, you know, nickname to use for my YouTube channel. Would it be Captain Will? Would it be Big Will? Would it just be Big OG? You know, would it be G-Man? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, you know, in the video as always. Until then, bad love. MCU. Peace.